Today we're going to draw a pentagon, and we're going to find out that there's a star on the outside of the pentagon. We're going to do this just using a compass and a straight edge with 4 colored pens. So the first thing we're going to do is place 2 dots on the page, somewhere near the middle. Doesn't make any difference. And we're going to label those A and B, just so we can talk about them. Then our compass comes into play because there's 5 things we can do with 2 points on a page. We can draw a circle centered at A through B. We can draw a circle centered at B through A. And we can draw some straight lines that connect A and B. That's it. Done. So let's do 2 things. Tighten our pen. Fix our circle from A to B. And we'll draw a circle. Pretty straightforward. There's 1 circle. And the second circle centered at B, going through A. Now, in order for us to keep track of our drawing, we're going to label some points, and I'm going to change the color of my pen, just so it makes life a little bit easier to see what's going on. So we're going to call this point up here C. And just for fun, we're going to call this one C prime because it's opposite C. We could call it anything Q if we wanted to, but we don't want to. We want to call it C prime. Now I'm going to draw 2 more circles, same size, different color. Centered at C, going through A and B. These are the green circles. 1 above, 1 below. And I did pretty good on getting them to the right circles. Now, I'm going to change from the compass to the straight edge, and I'm going to draw some blue lines. You can use any color, but there's a bunch of us that use these colors. So I'm going to make my straight edge go from A to C. And I notice when I get it lined up that voila, it comes through this point down here also. That's kind of magic. And there's one over here that goes through there. The more accurate you are, the more accurate your star comes out at the end. But I'm doing pretty good. And then do the other way. C to B through over here, and A to C prime through this way. Now, in sacred geometry, what we do is we start with 2 points, we draw 2 circles, we get 2 more points. Then this gives us the opportunity to draw some lines, and then we get a bunch more points. We get these points up here, some down here, some over here. We get all kinds. I'm going to draw the vertical line here, horizontal line from A to B. There's really 3 lines here. There's the line between A and B. There's the line to the left, and there's the line to the right. So I've really got 5 things here, 2 circles and 3 lines, but that's kind of academic. Then I'm going to draw another green line. With my pen. This is the horizontal line. C to C prime. Now I'm going to make special note of some other points. I want to call this one in the middle O. And then I want to come up here and I want to call this E, F, G, and H. Because E to H magically goes through A. And F to G, amazingly enough, runs parallel to the other 2 and goes through B. Now, I have some very special things. A, F, G, H. So now I can call this I, J, K, and L. And if you're watching carefully, you'll notice that IJ and KL make a perfect square. 1, 1, 1, 1. So we can call the distance between A to B anything we want, but let's call it 1. Well, these lines are pretty obviously parallel, so that means that's 1. This, from here to here, is the radius of the circle, so it's 1. This is 1, so this is a square, perfect square. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Same above, same below, square. Now, I'm not going to go into it, but if you got out your Pythagorean theorem, you could prove that the distance between J and L was the square root of 5. And that's important because I can now draw a different circle. I can draw a circle whose radius is the square root of 5. Exactly. Not to some decimal point, 21 decimal points, or precisely. I can put my compass at O. The more accurate I am here, the better. So, if I put my compass at O and make the radius OJ, and then I do a little check to make sure that it's likely go through I, K, and L, likely is going to succeed. So this circle here, we can call the root 5 circle. I'll write that on the paper.